Who were some of your early inspirations? Like, who kind of made you feel similar?
Yeah, for me, Randy Travis was my first concert my grandparents took me to. But honestly, when I fell in love with country music and just music in general, it was the '90s. I mean, that's when I was growing up. So '90s country, you always hear people talk about it, but honestly, every artist. Reba was one of the few artists that came to my little small town every year, and she had everybody from Brooks and Dunn to, anybody you can think of opening for. I mean, she was, a big deal and still is, but it's just every artist, all those songs. I mean, that's where I knew I was falling in love with country music was as a kid in the '90s. So that's Alan Jackson. People from my home state. I think there's so many artists and songwriters from the state of Georgia over the past 10 or so years. I mean, and they're still coming. It's crazy. People are like, "What's in the water?" But I think a lot of it is people like Jason Aldean. When I was in college playing cover songs, his first album came out, and I just remember being like, man, this guy's from Macon, right down the road, like an hour and a half from this bar I'm playing in right now. And I think it gives you some sort of feeling like, man, if they can do it, maybe I can. And just knowing that they're from the same state as you. I mean, just something simple like that. So for me, all the Georgia artists that came before me certainly influenced me and probably a big part of why I'm here. So,
have you seen country music change a lot in the last 10, 20 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's changed. I think it's always going to be changing. But for me, right when I kind of got my chance, around 2012 or so, I mean, it was a different game. Florida Georgia Line busted onto the scene with Cruz, and just the sound of everything. It's always going to be changing. But now I feel like it's kind of going back to the countryer side of things. You see artists that are going that route, and I love that. I grew up on '90s country, so if it goes back that direction, I'm fine. But also, I love the fun stuff, the modern stuff too. So it's just trying to find that balance for me because as much as I love country music, I love all kinds of music. And there's diehard country fans. That's all they want to hear is steel guitar, fiddle, and all. And I'm cool with that. But I don't know. To me, I've never thought an instrument or a sound made something country. I feel like it's who you are and the lyrics. I'm a lyric guy, when I'm in the room, and I think that's, it's more than just an instrument to me. But I do love all kinds of music. So.
And you've had, man, such an awesome career. And It's been, even from the outside, fun to watch. But are there any things that you haven't done yet that you want to still achieve?
For me, I've just, music's always, been, there's things in my career I feel like I'm not where I want to be there, but other than get better at golf, I mean, I haven't achieved that. I don't know if I'll ever achieve that, but yeah, there's, for me, we're in the middle of starting to build a house. I mean, that's something I've always dreamed of, and without these past few years of getting to do what I love, that wouldn't be possible. So yeah, it's still a long way to go in my career, what I want to do. So I think now I'm just still focused on that, and hopefully settling down and having a family someday, but we'll see about all that. So
there you go. Yeah, everything happens, when it should.
Yep,
right.
I agree.
I always say I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there.
That's great. I love that. I'm going to use that. I love that.
Yeah, I'm definitely a '90s kid as well.
Yeah.
Just
what are y'all like? What are y'all listening to? Just y'all listen to all kinds of
everything,
stuff?
Everything, like literally all across the board.
Yeah.
Music is meant to be enjoyed. And there are things in every genre I can find that I like. So if you open my playlist, you can find anything.
Yeah, but I love that though. That's what there's so many people that take music so serious where it's like if this isn't what they like, then they're gonna hate on it, and it's just turn the station, listen to what you want to. There's all these streaming services. That's the beauty of it now. It's like you don't have to listen to pick whatever you want to listen to, but it's people get very they're serious about their music, man, and I get it, but it's just if you don't like it, turn it, find something else. There's so much music out there to be found, and I love it. I love all of it.
Yeah, live and let live, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I grew up with country music. Definitely, my mom was a huge fan. Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from California.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And my mom grew up on a farm, but Northern California, and moved down south and just enjoying that. And then grew up with a lot of rock, metal, Pantera, Metallica.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's what when I'm talking about the '90s coming up, I remember listening to getting ready for football games and all. We weren't blaring, country music. We were listening to that stuff, Metallica, whatever it was. But I remember, going through that phase where I listened to a lot of that music. And I think even some of my songs on my albums, and my producer had a lot. Michael Carter's a rocking dude. I mean, he loves guitars and just rocking stuff. So some of my songs, I think you can hear a rock influence. I mean, they're not all, sad ballads. There, a lot of them are up tempo rocking songs. I think that's just from loving all kinds of music, honestly.
Yeah, no, I've noticed a transition in where I'm at in my life and who I am, and as I was discovering myself as a young teen and into my adulthood, the transition. Like I used to listen to emo music because that's what was going on when I was in high school. And that's
what I mean. It's kind of what everybody around you is listening to. I mean, you listen to whatever you want, but I just think it depends on your friends and what's popular at the time. And I think we all, in high school, I just remember we listened to everything, and that's I think that's a good way to be. You find what you love. But for me, I always kind of gravitated back to country just because of the lyrics and the way it spoke to me. I knew from early on as a kid, listening to songs and the way they made me feel, I was like, man, I feel like I've got to do something in music, so. That's
the thing. It's like, that's why my playlist is so, diverse and varied. It's, similar to Brock, my mom grew up in Dallas and had rock and roll, country, Steve Miller, absolutely. Black Sabbath, all of it, Soundgarden. But like, whether you're Garth Brooks, everything. But like, if you're going to the gym, you want one thing.
Yep.
If you're chilling by the pool, you want one thing. If you're on the golf course, you want, so it's like, that's the beauty of it.
It is. It really is. I mean, I think that's why it's music. I mean, there's so much of it out there there's a song for every situation, whether it's country, rock, whatever it is. I think it's all opinion anyway. So and these days, like I said, there's so many places to get music and ways to hear it that, I mean, make a playlist, and that's a good playlist with a little bit of everything's, that's mandatory for the course, so. A
little reggae.
Yeah, whatever mood we're in,
Exactly. That's awesome.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the video.
And subscribe and hit the bell for a whole lot more to come.
Thanks for tuning in to Studio 22.